Hi, it's Liz. This is my first YouTube video, and I wanted to make it because you see all the beauty gurus and how perfect they can make even like e.l.f. makeup and Dollar Tree makeup. And I feel like they can make any makeup kind of look good, and then there's like the average person like me and the rest of you who maybe are watching. I really hope. Who struggle with makeup and aren't exactly the best at it. So I kind of thought today I would just talk about like one high-end foundation and then give you a recommendation. Excuse me, I can't speak today and I'm a little bit nervous. There's a shower curtain behind me because I'm doing this in my boyfriend's bathroom right now. So we all gotta start somewhere, right? Anyway, I'm going to show you the foundation on my face a little bit up closer so you can see what it looks like. It's pretty well done. I mean, I have rosacea, which is a reddening of the skin. I don't know if you can see it, but I have these little bumps. That doesn't really matter what foundation you're going to use because that's not going to go away. If you have... Whoops. If you have like bad acne or rosacea like me, I have a very mild form, so it's not that bad. But if you have anything like that, foundation can mask it, but it's not going to like make you that airbrushed, flawless finish that you see in videos like Laura Lee, Tati's, Jeffree Star's, or Manny, because they pretty much have flawless skin to start with. So don't give yourself that expectation. I don't mean to discourage you, but my makeup, my foundation is like on point today, and even then I still have the bumps. It's just part of life and shitty skincare routines. No, wait, scratch that. I have a great skincare routine. I just have crap genetics. Okay, so anyway, the foundation that I use is, well, how do I do this? How do I do this? I'm going crazy. Okay. The foundation that I used is the Clinque Beyond Perfecting. It's a foundation and a concealer in one. Even though it says it's a foundation and a concealer in one, I still use a concealer to just add on and to just really lighten up the dark eyes that I have because I'm an extremely stressful job. I'm not going to say what it is, but my God, do I have dark eye circles from it. Anyway, you can't. Like I said, you can't really see my makeup too much because I'm using an iPhone instead of like a good camera. But I do want to say the concealer that I use is the Maybelline Master Conceal. I heard really good reviews about it. And where am I looking? Do I look that way? I heard really good reviews about it and that it doesn't leave creases. But as you can see, I have creases. But I'm starting to think that's just how my eyes are. Like, I don't think any concealer is going to take the crease away. So, I guess I'll just suck it up. But anyway, I want to talk about the foundation. Because I love this foundation. But I do have some things to say about it. I got this from Sephora. One of the employees recommended it for me. They did the IQ match thing. And it's not actually a perfect match for my skin. I'm going to make a different video about Sephora and their IQ match and what I think about it. But for right now, this is what they got me. It is, the lightest shade they have is called Breeze. This, if you are a pale girl like me, or guy, this is not the shade for you. But I bought it because at the time it looked really good. But here's the thing about this foundation is it oxidizes. Like within 5 minutes, I was driving home. You know, I looked in the mirror real fast to check out how everything was going. And my face was orange. And I was like, well, this is new because 10 minutes ago, my face was like porcelain, looking all good and everything like that. And now I look like an Oompa Loompa. So I was gonna return it, but I actually stumbled upon a YouTube video channel. Oh God, I can't pronounce it, but I definitely have to give credit to her. The Taylor, I want to say The Taylor. she recommended that if you found a foundation you really like, but it wasn't an exact match, to get the Manic Dreamtone. Here, so you can see that. Manic Dreamtone. I got this off at Amazon. It's around $10, depending where you get it. It's going to be more or less, but Amazon, it was around 10. I just put in, like, honestly, 2 drops. 2 drops, because this is a wand, so you can't mix it. You say it's a wand, which I'm not happy about. I usually like it when it has a pump, so I can just do it directly onto my hand and use the brush there. But since it's a wand, I just put swipe there, swipe here, very little on my nose, and then, like, I usually use a decent amount on my forehead. When I say this stuff is strong, I'm not kidding. You want to use, like, I'm going to show you. Like, you see how one pump gave me all that? That's enough for my whole face. Like, depending on how dark the foundation you got is, you may need more or less. But I only need, like, literally this much. One pump, and it matches my skin perfectly. Like, this is what I used on my face, is the Clinque and the Dreamtone. And I feel like it's a perfect match. I did do it on my ears as well, and a little bit on my neck. But there's no, like, orange face. You can't really tell I'm wearing concealer. So that's what I love about it. It is worth $10, but the funny part is it's actually made for goth makeup. I'm clearly not into goth makeup, but it has its uses. So if you're pale like me and struggle with finding, because I swear to God, high-end foundations just don't think pale girls exist. They just don't. So if you like the Clinique, which I do, it's, I'd say, like, medium to full coverage. What I love about it the most is that when it dries, it's not oily and it's not tacky. It feels like it's not there almost. Because I cannot stand having, like, oil on my face. It feels so disgusting. I hate it. So this was something that was, like, a huge plus for me. So if you're pale, if you have dry skin like I do, it's really dry, I would recommend this. It is a little pricey at $28, but it's worth it. But if you're low on the funds right now, or you just don't feel like $28 should go towards a foundation, that's fine. Because I brought 2 other with me that I thought is the same, if not similar, with the coverage. The first one that I like is Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse. It's supposed to give you an airbrush finish. Actually, Jeffree Star reviewed this in one of his videos for drugstore makeup, and he was really shocked by it. I mean, I'm shocked by it too, but in his words, he was shook. Anyway, what I like about this is I really feel like drugstore makeup, like for the foundations, have been stepping their game up a lot lately and are actually pretty comparable to high-end. But what I like about drugstores, they have, like, more options for pale girls. Like, they just do more shades for pale. At least that's how I feel and my experiences. But this one, I'm going to squirt it out for you. You don't need a lot for this. Just like about a drop will probably do like half your face. I'm going to rub it in for you. It kind of looks dark, you see? It kind of looks dark, but I swear when you actually like really spread it out, I would recommend a beauty blender for this one, because this is the type of texture that goes well with a beauty blender. It's not too thick and it's not too liquidy, so it's perfect. This would be one that you should go with. It presses into your skin amazing. Especially if you use a beauty blender, make sure you press it hard into your skin with this to avoid the cakey face that everyone's so worried about. Like, if you do that, you're not going to get cakey face with this foundation, I promise. This foundation is actually $7, so this is more than, well, this is less than half of the price of the Clinique. So if money's tight or you just don't like spending money for high-end makeup, this one. It does give you an airbrush finish, but with the beauty blender, I feel like it avoids cakey look, but if you do it with a brush, I feel like it definitely gives you more of an airbrush finish. Just make sure you buff it out with the blush. I mean, with the brush. Make sure you buff it out and like overkill it. That's how you're going to avoid cake face. And my last one is, I'm sure it's no surprise to everyone. It's been on YouTube like all over because everyone's shocked. Personally, I feel like Maybelline's been on their game because the last one I really like is the Maybelline Fit Me. It is in the it is the ivory shade, the 115. This is more like, I want to say light to medium coverage. It's definitely too liquidy for a beauty blender, so you need to go in with a brush. What else can I say about this? I don't need to use Dreamtone at all with this shade because it's so light that sometimes I feel like I should actually add some bronzer to it to darken it up to match my skin. They come with so many shades. Like, you could be as pale as Casper and as dark as night, and you're gonna find your shade. Like, every time I go to the drugstore, there's at least 15 shades there, at least. So Maybelline is definitely getting more into like creating shades for all different skin types, which is something I love. Like, I love it because if you're really pale, it's a struggle. And if you're really dark, it hasn't been until very recently that they started including shades for girls of that skin type. And guys, I'm sorry. I need to get better at that. So out of the three though, I do prefer the Clinique. It might just be a psychological thing where I'm like, oh, more expensive, so it's better. I do like luxury brands. I don't have the money for it, but when I can, I do like to splurge on that a little bit. But between these two, I really think if you're going to go for a drugstore foundation, go for Maybelline. Maybelline has been doing great. I know I heard some things about the infallible foundations. I think that's by L'Oreal. I haven't personally tried that out, but so far if I had to do like my favorite, it would probably be this one. Fit Me is doing fantastic things. Maybelline is really stepping up their formula, their game with all types of makeup, but especially their foundations. So, if anyone's wondering, I didn't do any contouring. I really did like minimal makeup today because I didn't want to take away from the foundation. I mean, as you can see right now, like I told you, I have some bumps, so that's not going to go away. No matter like if I use a $150 foundation or if I use a $2 foundation, it's going to be there. But it's not cakey. This is the Clinique, just remember that. It's not cakey. It stays on really well and it's dry. I cannot have oily things on my face, so it has to be dry. If I'm telling you it's dry, I promise you it's dry. That's pretty much it for this video. If you have any tips like how to make it look less cakey or more airbrush, anything you want to add in to this video that you think I missed regarding the foundations, please feel free to do so. I didn't think I should put in the box below the products mentioned, but if anyone wants to see any of the other makeup, I went for a really natural look. I just did kind of an orange eye and then like a slight highlighter and some bronzer. If anyone's like interested in this like natural look, just put in the comments section. I'll tell you what products I used. They're all like a mixture of drugstore and high-end. I mean, the eyeshadow palette I used, which I'm loving right now, is actually Milani. I've been loving Milani's eyeshadows. So I'm gonna make another video probably about hairstyles, because I know I talked about in the beginning how beauty gurus can make anything look easy and they make it look effortless. But for people who are and I want to say I just started really getting into makeup like 3 months ago. So before that, I don't even know what the hell I was doing. I'm pretty sure I was putting foundation on with my fingers because I just bought a foundation brush 3 months ago. And I'm in my 20s now, so I should know better. But I'm a late bloomer, whatever. So I'm probably going to do like hairstyles because you always see on YouTube, I keep really touching my hair. It's because I don't wear it down often, but I kind of like the messy look today. I don't know. Do you like wearing your hair like up or down? Like, I don't know, if you want, you can answer that. Like, cause I don't know. I like long hair, but I don't like wearing it down, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm gonna do hairstyles next, I think. If you have any like specific hairstyles you want to see done from YouTubers that were like, oh, it's 3 minutes or less curls or super easy braids, I'll put it to the test, tell you if they're actually easy or not. It'll probably be a complete fail. I suck at hair, but I'm willing to try for you guys, so bye.